Alright there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another one of my live videos. This is just currently Chazzaboy Davenport speaking here. It has come to an agreement now that we have currently officially significantly signed our third player of this summer. Manchester United have now completed the signing of 28-year-old Nemanja Matic. For the entirety of the transfer window, basically, we wanted to capture him and get the pursuit of Nemanja Matic. But according to the reports that I've just basically read, that he has fully completed his medical now. It's currently also stirred up suggestions. He is currently been throughout social media that he has been in the Manchester United current training kit, and that this basically he's been wearing a 31 shirt that Manchester United have currently had vacant for. We've had it vacant, I think, since Sebastian Schweinsteiger was there. I think he was the last person to fulfill that number 31 role, and yes, so it looks realistically now that he is coming to Manchester United. He has currently completed his medical, which is fantastic news. I don't think at the moment an official fee has come to an agreement yet. I know personal terms are agreed and he's completed his medical, but the potential fee has not been agreed yet. It's either 40 or 50 million pound, but yeah, currently Abramovich had sanctioned the current player off to say he can come to Manchester United. I think it was a price tag of £50 million that Chelsea wanted. Whether it was £50 million price tag or he was willing to pay the £50 million, Chelsea did rate him as a £40 million player. But yeah, it's come to an agreement. Manchester United completed the signing of Nemanja Matic, and basically Di Marzio, currently the Italian journalist, had been suggesting about this on a regular basis in the last couple of days, that we was currently close to signing Nemanja Matic. But yeah, and also we know Juventus had been in there to basically try and get Nemanja Matic on the board. Maybe from Chelsea's perspective, they may have preferred to sanction him to Juventus, as they're not an arch rival, as we are an arch rival. But yes, he's currently been training on his own, Nemanja Matic. He hadn't been to Asia with the rest of his Chelsea squad, as he was convinced that currently he wanted to leave the club. Basically, it has been a delay, something to do with bonus requirements in this deal or something like that. But I don't think the fee has been fully agreed just as yet. But yes, Jose Mourinho has currently got that reunion. Because he bonded with him fantastically well as Chelsea. He's got that reunion now with Nemanja Matic on the board. I think he's 6'2". He is 6'2". I think he's an okay player. He has been at Benfica. He has been at Vitesse in the past as well as Nemanja Matic, and he has done fantastically well for Serbia as Matic, and also he's won honours as well. He's done well in the last couple of years. Fulfilled his spot at Chelsea. I think he played in that instrumental role in the middle of the park with Kante last season. I think he still made 30 appearances last season, Matic, but I think in the second period of the season he didn't really get much starts. He had irregular starts, did Nemanja Matic. But yes, it has come to an agreement that Manchester United have completed the signing, and he's going to be fulfilling that number 31 place. Wait there, guys. But we know Juventus had been in there for the player, we know, but they've dropped their interest. They've got more intentions now on currently getting Matuidi on the board. But now it has come to an agreement, whether it's 40 or 50 million pound, that will take our tally now. We've obviously got Lindelof and Lukaku. I think it'll take us about 140, 150 million pound on 3 players, but we're now calm and composed now. We have got that third significant signing on the board. I know it's not the main priority target that we've all wanted. I know basically, well, he hasn't been a main priority. Jose Mourinho has been keen on getting him, because obviously we've looked at Eric Dyer. Tottenham are reluctant to sell the player. Fabinho, it was close at one point when Di Marzio had announced, but they're reluctant to sell Fabinho. Nainggolan had been fantastic, a very dynamic midfielder, but he's just signed a new contract with Roma. And basically, we had no choice, basically, and it looked the most likely that we was going to capture Nemanja Matic, which is absolutely fantastic news, and I think a fee will come to official agreement, maybe so. It will come to an agreement, but it's fantastic for him to come and experience the Manchester United facilities. He's experienced a different facility, even though he's still in Premier League. He's coming to one of the biggest clubs in the world, best stadium in English football, best fan base in English football, you know, fantastic history also, just like Lukaku's witnessed, and he's performing fantastically well. Lindelof hasn't performed yet, so I'm not going to prejudge him on the pre-season games. But he's slow, he's not a very fast player, he doesn't have really much tempo to his play, does Nemanja Matic, if I'm going to be quite honest. He doesn't really have much tempo to his play. I have reservations about him. He can perform on the day well, but I think he doesn't complement Herrera and Pogba, and that does Matic. But I think if he interacts in that midfield with our attacking mids and that, I think he may perform fantastically well when he's combining with other teammates in there. So he hasn't been a main priority target, but Chelsea are now, obviously, they've got Morata, they've got they've got Morata, they've got Bakayoko, and they've got Rodriguez. So they're looking to raise these funds now, maybe it's 40-50 million, to get another player at least on the board, and maybe put something toward that, most of that money towards maybe capturing the signing of Alex Sandro that Conte currently wants in this window, because that's one of their main priority targets as well. But for the entirety of his transfer window, he's been interested in getting Nemanja Matic on the board. It's just come to an agreement now that this is currently happened. He's considered that he did basically want to make the move from Chelsea. Chelsea can afford to offload him. Basically, it was all depending whether they was going to get Bakayoko. And now it's just took time currently because these bonuses required or something like that. But yes, and also the latest news, he's going to be a fantastic replacement for Fellaini. Fellaini is a player that... it broke out yesterday that Galatasaray had been in talks with captain Fellaini. He had come to an agreement in principle for a potential deal. A fee has not been agreed just as yet for Fellaini, but it did say 4 million per season, and it has agreed a 4-year deal for Fellaini. So I'm pretty adamant that Fellaini will leave. It quoted out yesterday the director and the Turkish press had reported on this. They'd been in advanced talks and they're looking forward to getting Fellaini. The fee hasn't been agreed. It'll probably maybe £9 or £10 million. It'll come to maybe for us to sanction him off, so we will get some of the money back basically that we have paid for Matic. Fellaini's been at Manchester United 4 years, since 2013. We did pay £27.5 million. He's performed in some of his games, but the majority of the time he's been at Manchester United under Moyes, Van Gaal and Mourinho. He hasn't really performed. I thought he played well in the Europa League last season, and he's just currently scored in the game now. I ain't watching the game, but I've just looked on my phone, I've had a glance at the score, and Fellaini has an unlikely goal scorer, has just scored. So yeah, but he's got nothing more to offer. He doesn't have much tempo to his play. He looks static in the midfield. I just don't think he complements our midfield, and we do well sanctioning him off, and we will benefit from this, and it will come to an agreement. I still think Galatasaray are holding discussions about it. We've wanted Fellaini out for the majority of the season basically anywhere, because I don't think he's good enough anymore. So yeah, I think Matic is a decent signing, and I think we can hope to build on that, and maybe our next target will be, the next one will capture Perisic, maybe even Dendoncker. So yeah, very, very fantastic news. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments and likes below on my video, and subscribe to my channel, and take it easy. And I'll see you guys later on. Bye.